This video will cover the process of removing and replacing the third brake light or cargo light on a 2004 to 2008 F-150. So I think the easiest way to show this is to show where the cargo light wiring attaches into the wiring harness from the truck. And in order to show that, you have to get to the wiring harness, which is up inside the headliner. So to get up inside the headliner, you have to start by removing the two plugs that hold the headliner in place. And the way that they're made, you have to just get them started. Here I'm using an old chisel and a mini pry bar to get them started, and then you just have to pull it out. They're hard to get out. So that's the passenger side, this is the driver's side, and same thing. And I've had these things out several times before, so even though they've been removed and replaced several times, they're still hard to get out. So now that the headliner plugs are out of the way, you'll be able to see between the headliner and the roof of the truck. So you're going to start by prying the headliner down very gently. It basically just feels like it's cardboard with some foam glued onto it, so you have to be kind of gentle and pry it down, and you'll be able to see kind of in the middle there, that little gray connector. That's where the wiring from the cargo light comes in and attaches, and it's just held into the roof of the truck with a little plastic clip. So you want to detach the electrical connector from the truck itself, either by using your hand or some needle nose pliers. And you can either get to it from under the headliner or by using that access hole that you can see right there, and then you can detach the cargo light. Now that you have the wiring connector detached from the truck, you can pull the wiring out a little bit so you have more slack to work with. And then we're just going to plug in the new cargo light. This is an OEM style cargo light that will plug right into the existing connector. The cargo light itself is only held on with a couple of long screws, so we're going to take those out. Just make sure when you put them back in later that you don't put them all the way back in with a power tool. You'll definitely crack the new cargo light. So when you go to put them back in, get them most of the way in and then hand tighten them with a screwdriver. Once you get the cargo light off, you should see there's a gasket between the cargo light and the truck itself. The one that I'm removing here, it came with a gasket that was too thin. So I used RTV to keep it waterproof, and it kind of made a mess. I'm going to have to scrape all that off before I put the new cargo light on. When you go to buy a new cargo light, you'll see there's two types online. There's the one like I'm showing here that's the OEM style. It's got the single connector that will plug directly into the truck. And there's another type that I'll show in a minute that the cargo light itself has 3 wires that stick out from the back of it, and I'll show you how that works. If you go with the OEM style like this one, you'll probably just use the new wiring harness that comes with it. Of course, you could also unscrew the bulb housings from the back of the cargo light and reuse the existing wire harness. Either way, make sure that you install the new gasket on the cargo light that you're installing on the truck. I don't show that here, but you have to put that on before you do the wiring harness. If you buy the new cargo light and instead of having the OEM style wiring harness like this one, it has 3 wires that are coming off the back of the light itself, you'd start by unscrewing the bulb housings from the back of the cargo light, and you need to remove the bulbs from each of the sockets. Once you get the 3 bulbs out, you're going to take the new cargo light that has the 3 wires that come off the back of it, and each of the wires has a connector that's made to go into the bulb sockets on the existing wiring harness. Take the 3 wires on the new cargo light, you've got 2 outside and 1 in the middle, plug them into the corresponding bulb sockets on the wiring harness that comes off of the truck. Make sure before you do this, again, you need to put the new gasket on the new cargo light before you get the wires hooked up. One last thing, I had heard that some people don't like to leave the wiring connector loose between the headliner and the roof of the truck, but I haven't had any concerns about it rattling or causing any trouble. and it just makes it easier to change it out in the future.